Welcome to the Resilient Reiner, the premier podcast focused on mental performance for equestrians and improved horse show performance. Whether you're a rookie reiner or a seasoned competitor, this show is for riders who want to take their skills to the next level and achieve their full potential in the show ring. I'm Nicole Burnett, and I'm a master mindset coach who's obsessed with helping you achieve all those horse dreams you always thought were impossible. Join me each week to develop a show-ready mindset and gain the competitive edge you need to compete with confidence. Hey there, welcome back to the podcast. Nicole here. One of the things that I find comes up a lot for people at the horse shows when we're doing these coaching is that they can have overwhelming feelings. And so one of the things we do is explore different ways to manage these overwhelming feelings. So I wanted to share one of the techniques that I share that helps people to keep calm and carry on. So it's really common. Many clients, especially the high achieving, hard work can make it happen ones, they'll experience a tipping point, and it's kind of like your brain blows a fuse and you might find yourself kind of mindlessly clicking your retractable pen or just like frantically scrolling through your phone without really reading it. And so even if your mind tells you you need to check everything off on your to-do list, you just get kind of paralyzed by indecision. It's like your brain's power grid is overloaded, and the result can be kind of like summer in the city when everybody's running an air conditioner and the lights flicker and then they go out. So functioning isn't so simple when you're overwhelmed. And so it might seem a little silly where why would you let a to-do list hijack your brain? And you might experience this before you go into the show pen because you have to do so many things to get ready. You have to bathe your horse. You need to wash the wraps, get saddled, warm up, do all these. There might just be a whole to-do list. Or you might experience it. You might experience the overwhelm when you enter the show pen or entering the warm-up arena. That overwhelm might show up at any point on the showgrounds, but it's actually pretty simple because when you're going through the show, whether you're caring for your horse, doing warm-up, you're riding your pattern, your brain doesn't just see a to-do list, right? It's not as simple as, go warm up your horse, right? Jog around or run the pattern. No big deal, right? Your brain sees a threat. Your brain sees the threat of scarcity. There's not enough time. You're not going to get warmed up. You don't have enough energy. You didn't get enough sleep. You can't fit everything in. You might see the threat of failing, right? And there might be the threat of disappointing others, disappointing yourself, letting down your trainer, disappointing your partner, you're like just the threat of feeling like you're not doing enough. And so all of these feelings can get really amplified. And we react to these feelings the same way we do to any other threats or perceived threats. And so we're going to fight, we're going to flight or freeze. And it doesn't matter if it's a car hurtling towards you that might run you over, or if it's basically the idea that you have to go, lope a couple circles on your horse in that arena over there. It still leaves you feeling like you can't catch your breath. It's still that feeling of overwhelm. Now, usually most people land somewhere between freezing up and flight or run away. And flight can kind of show up as procrastination. And not all procrastination looks the same. It may take on more or less productive forms. You may find yourself hiding out in the tack stall, watching binge watching something on Netflix, or you might do tasks that don't really matter. like cleaning out your bridle and saddle again. And so, but what's something that you can do if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're paralyzed, if you're procrastinating? So there are all sorts of wonderful tips. You can go for a walk, take deep breaths, practice some gratitude. But today I'm going to talk about a way that you can ground yourself in the present with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. And this is a really wonderful mindfulness technique. It doesn't require any special spaces, special tools. You can literally do it anywhere, and all you need are your 5 senses. So let's walk your way through them together for some instant grounding. So 5, you're going to look around you and just name 5 things that you can see right now from where you are. So you can practice this while you're listening to this episode right now. I'm going to go through this as if I were at a horse show. So let's say I'm on my horse. I'm either at or on my way to the warm-up pen, and I'm really starting to feel the overwhelm building. So I'd look around and I might say, I see my horse's ears in front of me. I see clouds up in the sky above me. I see, look, there's my trainer over on the side of the warm-up pen. I see my trainer. Okay, what else do I see? That's 3. 4. Okay. Gosh, I'm feeling really overwhelmed. You might say 4. I see my boots. My boots are black. Great. Okay, that's 4. Take a deep breath. 5. I need to find 5 things I can see. And you might feel kind of overwhelmed like this, or you're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't possibly name 5 things. 5 things. Oh, that rider has blonde hair. Okay, great. 5 things that you could see. Then you go to 4. You're going to listen. Just open your ears, and you're going to name 4 things that you can hear. So we did eyes, so sight. Now we're on to hearing. You might hear an announcer announcing whose ride is coming up next. What are the upcoming numbers? You might hear a soundtrack. You might hear music that they're playing while people are doing their runs. You might hear the sound of horses breathing as people are exercising their horses. You might hear the sound of some birds chittering nearby, but you're going to listen and name 4 things that you can hear. All right, so we did 5, 4, 3. You're going to notice 3 things that you can touch. All right, touch. I love this one, to reach down and pet my horse and just say, I feel my horse's silky mane, or I feel my horse's soft coat. Chaps and jeans are another great one. You might feel the slight roughness on your jeans or feel the suede on your chaps. Other things you can feel your shirt. Do you feel a soft cotton? Do you feel, is it smooth? Is it silky? But just notice 3 things that you can touch. So now we've done sight, hearing, touch. Next come 2 smells. Just breathe in and just notice 2 smells. And this one, if you're around horses, you can always find something to smell, right? So don't be afraid. Oh my gosh, that horse just peed. You might smell it. Do you smell any horse manure? Do you smell sweaty horses, sweaty humans? Do you smell those greasy, whatever they're making over at the concession stand? Just notice 2 things that you can smell. And then finally, we've done 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Name one thing you can taste. So a sip of cold water will do. If you had a sip of lemonade or Gatorade earlier, or even just the taste of your own mouth. And another pro tip is that if you need something to extra focus on, grab a stick of gum that you can throw in your mouth and chew to give you like a flavor that you can focus your mind on. So we have 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 smells, and 1 thing you can taste. So this does not just 1, but 2 things to interrupt the overwhelm. So first, this grounds you in your senses, and more importantly, it grounds you in the present moment. And second, keeping track of the counting and working your way through your senses, it interrupts spinning thoughts. So it provides a mini moment of mindfulness to just pull you out of the fray. I hope that this was really helpful to you and that it gave you something to think about and something that you might try at your next ride or at your next horse show. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a comment. Let me know how it goes. Share it with a friend. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, thanks for joining me. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful that you chose to spend some of your time today with me. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with a friend. And if you want more support to ensure you ride your best at home and at shows, go to NicoleBurnettCoaching.com to get your free copy of Become Unbeatable in the Show Pen, 5 mental skills every Reiner needs to master. It's a free guide I'm sharing with you on how to develop mental toughness and resilience in the face of adversity to maximize your show ring success. Until next time.